There were times where I couldn't even look. I was like, no, John, what are you doing? Hello, my dude, Steph Koza here, and today I'm going to be talking about John Wick 3, Parabellum. I'm so excited to talk about this movie. So, John Wick Parabellum is the third John Wick movie in the series. It takes place immediately after the events of John Wick 2, where basically there is this contract on John Wick that is sent out to everyone in the entire world, all of the assassins, everybody, and basically this alert is sent out that's like, hey, John Wick is excommunicado, he needs to be eliminated, the reward is $14 million, go. And so he's just running around the world trying to escape literally thousands of people that are trying to murder him. Which makes for an exciting movie. A very stressful movie. And I will say that it was awesome. I had so much fun watching this film, which is obviously expected. It's John Wick. John Wick is so much fun. Nobody goes to see John Wick for the plot or for the substance or for anything profound. They just go to watch Keanu Reeves beat up some people, kick some people in the face, shoot some people's heads off, and play with puppies. Keanu Reeves fistfights and dogs. It's just, what more can you ask for? It's the key to my heart right there. And we get more dogs in this movie. We get not only John Wick's dog from John Wick 2 and from John Wick 1 a little bit, but we also get Halle Berry's character who has two dogs. Also, Halle Berry's character I actually really enjoyed. A lot of the times I don't really like Halle Berry. I just don't ever like the roles that she plays. I never really like her performance, but in this movie, I was so surprised how much I loved her. She was so badass. She was basically like a female John Wick with two dogs. It's amazing. Amazing. I would love to see an entire movie about her. Like, hands down, sign me up for that. She was awesome. I think what I love most about this movie and about John Wick movies in general is they were created by stuntmen and action choreographers. Like, this movie was not created to be a story. It was created to be a vehicle to show off some awesome fight choreography, which is exactly what they do. And I think that John Wick Parabellum has the best action choreography, the best fight scene choreography in all of the John Wick movies. I think it's the best one in terms of fighting choreography, action sort of stuff. And also cinematography. Like, these fight scenes are shot so beautifully and the lighting is so, like, mystifying. And I think that the first two John Wicks also did that, but this one they like really amped it up, and it's just a very beautiful movie. It's just like action movie porn, basically. Like, I don't even really care about the plot. There wasn't even really, I mean, there's a plot. There's a good plot. It's a good plot. I don't think it's the best plot. I think John Wick 1 still takes the cake. I think it is better than John Wick 2, though. But the fight scenes were just so good, and they were so long. Like, really long fight scenes, but not like too long that you're mad about it. It's like, I want them to be longer because that's the reason that I came here to see this movie, is to watch some fucking fight scenes. And it delivers, my friend. There's one fight scene that lasts so long that it's actually kind of funny, and I think they were almost trying to make it funny, and it did eventually get a little bit too much. I was like, okay, this is kind of unrealistic, but John Wick has that like kind of quirky humor in it that's like almost a little bit too ridiculous, and that's why it's funny. So there's a lot of that in this movie, and I think a little bit of it was a bit too much, but most of it was fun, and I enjoyed it. I did hate the villain. I hated her. She was like, not in a way that you're supposed to hate a villain where you like love to hate them and you're like, ooh, what a great villain, I just hate him because he's so evil. But no, in this movie I just fucking hated this bitch. Like, she just was annoying, her voice was annoying, her acting was not very good. It was like a very cheesy, almost like a video game cutscene acting is what it felt like a lot of the time. It just took me out of it, and I was like, I don't even understand. Like, you just are meaningless. You were doing nothing. You just came out of left field. I'm not here for you. So that's one thing I didn't really love. But I had a really great time watching this movie. It was just so much fun. I definitely recommend seeing this movie in a theater with a lot of people because it's just like an event. Like, everyone's just like, yeah! Like, cheering on John Wick. He'll like stab someone in the eye and everyone's like, wah! And it's just a very exciting experience. There are also a lot of moments in this movie that are incredibly gross. Like, the graphic, gory lengths that John Wick will go to get his revenge is just it's so disgusting. I was There were times where I couldn't even look. I was like, no, John, what are you doing? And it was like awesome, but also disgusting, and I couldn't watch. There are some moments that are truly horrifying. Like, you know when you see someone being like tortured or getting injured somehow and you can like hear their bones crunching and you just like, ah! There's a lot of that in this movie, but it's also kind of awesome, so it's okay. But if you're squeamish, I would maybe skip this one. It's definitely more gory than the other John Wick movies. I would actually like to see this again because I went to a marathon where they showed John Wick 1, John Wick 2, and then John Wick Parabellum, and in retrospect, I don't think that was a good idea because it was just sensory overload, like so much John Wick in the span of several hours. It was like 6 hours of movies, 6 hours of John Wick. And it really makes you realize that these movies don't have a lot of substance. They're just like a lot of fight scenes in a sequence. So by the end of it, I was like a little bit winded. I was like, okay, I need a break from the action. So I would kind of like to watch it again, like with a fresh palette. But I liked it. I really did. I think it was awesome. It was everything I wanted it to be. It was ridiculous, but it's John Wick. It's John Wick. It's supposed to be ridiculous. He's like riding a horse, shooting people with a gun through the streets of New York City. What? Amazing. So awesome. Like I said, I didn't really like the villain. I think some of the fight scenes went on too long. I think there are some scenes that could have been 100% erased, just completely unnecessary. There's one part of the plot where he goes somewhere and I was just like, what is the purpose of this? Just, I want to see more fight scenes. Stop it. But it was better than John Wick 2. I would say it's runner-up right after John Wick 1. Super fun time. Everything that you want it to be. I think if you're a fan of John Wick and you're a fan of action movies and you're a fan of dogs or Keanu Reeves, go see this movie because it's great. It's so fun. I'm going to give John Wick Parabellum a 4 out of 5. I would maybe rate it a 3.5 if I was expecting it to be some like profound, like really well written script. But I know what I'm getting into. It's John Wick. You don't go to it for the script. You go to it to see Keanu Reeves kick some ass, and that's exactly what I got. So I'm giving it a 4. But that's it for this video. Let me know if you guys saw John Wick Parabellum in the comments below. Tell me what you thought about it. I'd love to hear your thoughts. But that's all I have to say for now, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!